Hi, Antonio here with bugaren.com. And this right here is my second generation of sliders. I have about 3 or 4 of these left. I had a lot of parts laying around, so I decided to go ahead and put them all together. So they have brand new motors, brand new control box. The batteries are new. It comes with a little charger. And the best of all is that I just got done with the Android app for these. And I decided to go ahead and implement that feature into these 3 sliders that I have left. I think I have 3 or 4. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put these up for sale. But the real exciting part, once again, is that you'll be able to change the features to the slider with your phone, your Android phone or Android tablet. Now, before we were using the Windows graphical user interface, as you can remember, which also works with Mac. But the thing about that is that you always have to have your laptop, and there's nothing wrong with that, but so many people have Android phones that I thought it'd be really great to be able to change the features with your phone, so we are finally there. So I'm going to be giving you a little demo as to how this works now, okay? As you can remember, if you are in the video slider mode, not the time-lapse mode, you always started in the center. And so you turn it on, release the reset button, and you are ready to go. You can still adjust the speed or the position of the slider with the knob that's on top right here of the control box. But what we're going to do now is to go ahead and use the Bluetooth feature. So what you do right here, you hit Bluetooth connect, select your Bluetooth, and is the one in the bottom right here. And as you can see, it's green. That means you are connected to the Bluetooth in the control box. So now we're going to go to video slider mode, which is what it's on right now. And we are going to go ahead and adjust the speed with the app. As you can see, it's adjusting the speed. We can also adjust the length of the slider. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up a little bit. Right now it's set to almost 15 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead and make it longer. I'm going to go ahead and turn this knob down. I've been experimenting with it, trying to find the best setting when it comes to that knob and using the app at the same time. I haven't quite decided what's best. Now we can also adjust the acceleration and deceleration. I don't know if you remember or not, but when it gets to the end of its run, how it decelerates and accelerates is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, now another thing that you could do is go from speed control, which is what it's in right now, to position control. Now what that means is that it will go to the position of the slider right here. But first I have to take over this feature right here by doing this right here. Because it was going to where that one was, now it's going to where this one is. I hope that makes sense. And so now I can tell it to go this way. Now that's a feature that's really good if you have the slider, for example, under a table, under a desk, or under a car, where you don't want to get down there and have to make the adjustments. You can just move this slider from right here with your app and tell it to move to wherever you want it, which is really a cool thing to be able to do, especially if you're shooting something for something like a horror film or something like that, where you want the perspective of the slider. You may be behind a bush or something and you move the slider back and forth. Now you also have the ability to do that with the knob up here. Now another mode would be the time-lapse mode. So here you see photo time-lapse mode. Now this will not trigger your camera. You have to use an intervalometer to trigger your camera. So basically the way you do this is you set your duration. In this case it's 31 minutes. Your interval is 16 seconds. What you want to do is set your intervalometer to match this interval right here, 16 seconds, or whatever you decide to do. When this is triggered, let's say I'm going to start it right now. Once this takes its first step, then you start your camera right after that first step. And so your camera will be triggered right after the step. And so that's basically it right there. It's a very simple app. You don't have to do any real thinking. You can just look at this and know what you have to do. And now, one of the things here is that if you go from time lapse to video slider mode, you are going to have to reset it. Go to the center and start it over. Because the camera, the slider doesn't know where you are when you switch from that mode to the other. But if you go from speed control to position control, it does not lose its position. If you turn off the slider, for example, let's say that, okay, I'm going to start all over here and go back to the center. You will have to reconnect with your app. So at that point, what you want to do is go ahead, and stop and exit. And then you want to reconnect. This is my Bluetooth right here. And as you can see, I'm reconnected. At that point, I can now go back into my video slider mode, and start adjusting my speed. This is once again the second generation. I have about 3, maybe 4 of these, and they are going to be online. And they vary a little bit. This right here has a real rough finish, something I was experimenting with, and I went ahead and used that. The others will not have that. So that's pretty much it. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and do some editing and get this baby uploaded, okay? So thank you very much. The next video, I'll be going outside and actually doing a time lapse with this and doing some slider stuff. So I'll see you next time.